Hi, I'm Charles Ching. In this topic, you will learn all about our new analytical solution, Access Analytics. We will show you what it can do straight out of the box, what else you can do, and then we'll wrap up by pointing you to the next steps should you be interested. Straight to the point here. Here are our three good reasons why you would choose our solution over whatever you are using now. Getting data from UBS straight into the dashboards means less error. And if you're also feeding in data from other sources, you can also tap onto the same mechanism to have the data refresh into Access Analytics. Once identified, you can set a schedule for all of this to be automated. Now, this time saver is already a compelling reason to choose this product over the others. The other elephant in the room here is data access control. You want to ensure the right people see what you want them to see, but that may not be enough. As this is a cloud solution, the vendor that manages this has also got to be trusted to be able to run this as a secure service. A significant amount of our revenue comes from actually cloud hosted services. So we do know a thing or two when it comes to cloud security. Last but not least, it has to be easy to use. Modern web applications nowadays must be designed to be intuitive. Users simply do not have the time or inclination to spend days learning it. Now, later in the demo, you can see for yourself on this point. With Access Analytics, you gain so much more than using a tool like Microsoft Excel. I've tabulated a comparison between Microsoft Excel and our Access Analytics in this slide, but purposely made the image small such that it's hard for you to read. Now, it's intentional. Later, we will have it in its full glory. For now, accept that there are significant value add using our solution. With that preamble, here is what we will cover in the next 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, we will cover what it looks like, how it works in your data, even take you through the steps to build a new dashboard and insight. We will wrap up with some info on how you can get started with this. Now, the plan here is to share all the information you need to decide if this is the way to go for sharing information in your company. Beginning from 2021, we have embarked on a journey to refresh the UBS product. Now, if you have not experienced it yet, I suggest that you upgrade to the latest and turn on the modern view. You'll find a more pleasant work environment and in many areas a better user experience. Talk to us if you want to learn more. With the modern view of UBS, we have decided to make our Access Workspace solution available to you. There are many exciting solutions you can find in Access Workspace. Today, we are just going to showcase just a couple of them. Access Analytics takes UBS dashboards to the next level. In the initial release of UBS Analytics, we are offering no loss of functionality in terms of standard dashboards and insights. In fact, all the ones that you are familiar with in UBS accounting, inventory, billing have been replicated into Access Analytics. And on top of that, we are including a number of new insights to make it even more compelling for you to take up a solution. Not forgetting, we're also not locking up the application, which means you can use it to build in new data access, insights, and dashboards. Now, to know what are the new ones that we're adding in that is not found in your UBS product, the ones with a pinkish glow around them are the ones that are new to Access Analytics. Here is the Excel comparison with Access Analytics table again. Hopefully this is clearer now. But I just want to point out three things. Access by decision makers without the baggage of having UBS installed on their computer or connection to the office network is going to be a major improvement, right? Because it's going to save you some user counts and some complexities of setting up UBS on someone's machine. You also want to make sure that it's secure so that the right people get to see the right information. Not only that, you want to have a well-run organization like Access Group to actually manage the infrastructure and provide you that service. Last but not least is the auto refresh of data. If you have been manually updating your spreadsheet to get the latest information available to your people, then you understand why it's important to have some kind of automated refresh capability. If any one of these strikes a chord with you, then you know Access Analytics is the right tool for you. Let us take a look at the product now. Let us take a quick look at Access Analytics running on Access Workspace. You're looking at my browser window at the moment. I'm logging to Access Workspace to an organization called UBS World Sedirambara. I have Access Analytics running in my browser window, as you can see here. If it is not running, I want to show it. I can find application that I subscribe to in the 9-dot menu. Why 9-dot? Because the icon looks like it has 9 dots. You can see all the applications that I subscribe to, and Analytics is one of them. In Access Analytics, the main menu is on the left-hand side. If I click on Dashboard, and I can see now, I can filter the dashboard that I have available to me. So if I want to turn on the inventory billing ones, I can just select it on the left-hand side here. Currently, I'm on the UBS accounting. I can see the standard dashboard that are found in your UBS accounting. They are replicated here and they're labeled as standard. So let's take a look at one of them, right? So you can see here, these are all very familiar insights that you find in your UBS accounting, except that it looks a bit more modern. It has a little bit more uh, nicer colors and look and feel to it. Now, the additional insights and dashboard that we have built in that you can enjoy straight out of the box are the ones labeled without the 10 words inside the name, right? So let's go into one of them, the AR dashboard. In the AR dashboard, I can see very quickly the total number of active customers, the outstanding balance. I can also see the collection in a pie chart. Unfortunately for this company, everything is overdue. If I want to get hold of the contact information of a particular customer, I can find them in this particular list here without having to log on to my UBS accounting and before I can do that. I can also see the number of customers or who exactly has exceeded the credit limit in this particular report. I have two aging report, one aged by transaction date and one aged by the credit terms that you extend to your customers. So depending on which method you want, you can choose the relevant one to see, right? You can see the number of days overdue, and you can also see the overdue buckets amount. So obviously those on the right hand side means that you have a challenge collecting money from these customers. The most interesting one is actually the one at the bottom here, we call AR collection. In this particular report, you can see at a glance what is overdue and also what is coming due in the forthcoming days and periods, right? So in this particular case here, none of them, right? But if you imagine you have this and you have a need for some funding in the upcoming months or periods, right? With this report, you can see whether you have a challenge, right? Fulfilling that expectation. Now, one last thing before I will move on from this dashboard is that in all the reports that you see, there's always the ability for you to actually do sorting just by clicking on the column title, right? And if you think that you like this report and you want to export it out into Excel, you can always click on this three-dot menu here and click on download. And when presented, you can open the file, right? And you can immediately see that data that you're looking at placed nicely in your Excel file. All right, one last bit before we go back to our PowerPoint presentation. Obviously, there's always a need for people to say, I want to custom this dashboard so that the users that is going to use it going to see what they need to see and in the layout that they expect it to be seen, right? So to do that, you go back to the dashboard. All you have to do is just click on Add, and you are presented with the editor where you can paint a new dashboard, right? And you paint the dashboard by selecting what you want to show in the dashboard by scrolling through the long list that you have on the right hand side, on the left hand side, sorry, right? And obviously in your particular installation, you won't get to see so many choices. You only see those that is labeled in UBS A or UBS I, right? All you got to do is just drag and drop what you see here to build your dashboard, right? And once you have that selected, you can always resize them, reposition them as well as you like. And you give it a name when you're done, right? So by giving it a name later on, you can assign this dashboard to a particular user or group of users. With that, I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Now that you've seen the product, I'm quite certain some of you must be wondering, how do we get your data into the analytics dashboard when it is located in your office network? Now, this slide is a high-level overview of the setup, and so let me elaborate with it. The picture on the left depicts your office setup. We connect to your data via a data loader component, and this data loader component performs the extraction. At the prescribed interval, the scheduler that is found in our Access Workspace will contact the data loader and cause it to extract and transfer data to our data engine cloud storage on the right side of the picture. Now, only the required fields are extracted, so this minimizes the traffic between your computer system and our Access Workspace. The analytic engine then displays the dashboard from the data found in our cloud storage. From this, you can see the connection only happen at specific times and usually during off hours. The default, if you do not make any change, is Monday to Friday at 11 p.m. at night. Now, I'm almost out of time, but I cannot resist showing you how you can create a new insight. And I will show you how you do that by using an Excel file as input. Now, I'm choosing Excel file because I can see many users already are using Excel because UBS does not have all the data that you need for your reporting. In this demo, I'm going to show you how you can upload an Excel file, create an insight from it, and add that insight into a dashboard. In order to upload data into the Access workspace, you need to make use of the component called Data Engine in Access Analytics. You will find this in the 9-dot menu. All you need to do is click on it and select Data Engine from the drop-down list. Now, I already started it, so I'm going to toggle over to Data Engine. Currently, I'm looking at all the tables and views that I have. I have a folder called Demo, created specially for this purpose, and there's nothing there at the moment, so I'm going to click on Add New. I'm not going to go through all the options here, but what I want to zoom into is the browse this computer option, which I can quickly find my XLSS file on my local machine, and I'm going to upload it to Access Workspace Cloud Storage. So I'm going to click on Preview just to get a view of what data is sitting inside the Excel file, right? So that you know what we are plotting against later on. Now, you can see this is a very simple file. You have employees and you have performance engagement scores. Very simple, right? So we're going to make use of this later on in the insights though. At this moment, we're going to click and allow the data to be uploaded to our cloud storage. So it takes about a minute to complete, right? So be a bit patient here. Done. Okay, let's close and go back to our Access Analytics. All right, so you're back to Access Analytics. This time around, to paint an insight, you select the Insights menu and click on the Add button. And we're going to look for that Excel file that we uploaded called Performance. So we're going to scroll down to the letter P. There you go, Performance. Click on Create New Insight. You can see there's a lot of chart types that you can do. You can also create matrix and table as well. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to create a scatter diagram. So I'm going to select that and use that in my creation. So I'm going to group by employee. I'm sure their engagement score versus their performance score, right? As you can see here, the chart is immediately plotted for this employee. So I'm going to go to settings just to make that insight look a bit better. All right, so give it a title. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to turn on the label display, right? So I'm going to select this label. You can see immediately the numbers are shown on the screen here. Now I can actually hover my mouse and see the employee name and their scores. But sometimes it's great if you can actually see the score there straight away. So that label is of use on the purpose. The next thing I want to do here is maybe make the circle dots a little bit bigger than what is shown now. So let me change the size to 20, right? So very quickly, I can actually embellish the charts here, right? You can see here there's a lot of other options, but I won't have the time to go through all of them. I'm going to give it a name called demo, right? I'm going to say save and close. All right, so now I am actually have an insight called demo created in my system, right? So now if I want to paste it to a dashboard that I've created before, I can go to dashboard and actually edit the dashboards, right? So I don't think I have any dashboards that I can use for this purpose. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a new dashboard. And you saw earlier how easy it is to do this. I'm going to go down to performance. You can see here, this is the dashboard. I'm going to select it and I'm going to paint it. Now, of course, I can paint other things as well, right? That I have created from maybe other uploads that I've done and so on. And all I do is just click save and close. And now I have a dashboard, right? Of course, I have to do by giving a name first, right? And I have a dashboard now with this particular insight pasted on it. Now, all I have to do is just go to security and decide who should have access to this particular dashboard and to be able to view this insight in this dashboard. All right, so this ends the demo on how to do this. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation.